So, hello everyone. We are glad to welcome you today on our IT talk. What does a QA engineer do? Today, with my colleague Irina Nenakhova, we will talk about QA or quality assurance engineer's job. I want to remind that you could leave all your questions here in chat, and after the theoretical part, the speaker will answer them. So, enjoy the webinar, and Irina, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Olga. Thank you, everyone who joined us exactly at the moment of translation. It's a very supportive first speaker. And at the beginning, let me ask you, what is your opinion? What is your ideas? What does a QA engineers do to guarantee a quality? How do you think? Please write a comment in the chat. Let me wait your answers. And during reading your ideas, I would like to tell you that, there are researches and tests that demonstrate the importance and positive influence of listeners on speaker. So let me say you thank you for joining us and read your ideas in our chat. Do we have any comments? I see a like. Please do not hesitate. Write your ideas because it's very important to see what do you think. And of course, during our presentation, I will share my experience. No. Okay, while I'm waiting your comments, let me start with agenda. At the beginning, we will have a small introduction, and your interactions in our presentation is very important. So please write your comments. Yes, and I see the first one. And then, according to the best practices, I should speak about me, but I decided to break the rule. And I will not speak about me at the beginning of the presentation, and we will jump exactly into the main topic of the day. And at the end, I will tell about me a bit. And after that, we will have time for your questions. And I see the first comment. The main responsibility is to ensure the product services meet specific standards and requirements. Yes, great answer. It's very correct. And let's see how can engineer exactly do it, what we need to do it, which actions we should implement. Okay, thank you for the supportive comment. It's very important for me. And let's start. If you do your first steps in IT, you probably will be surprised to see a great variety of vacancies that presented in different charts, and all of them are related to quality assurance. Yes, this is a big list with different names. All these names corresponds to quality assurance. You see? Yeah. Why so many? Because there are many different actions and responsibilities that are dedicated to guarantee the high quality of the product. And today we will discuss particular actions of quality assurance and specialization names that usually correspond to the activity. But let me tell you at the beginning that projects are different, companies are different, and so the present list of activities and vacancy names may not match. Yeah. So being QA is, first of all, it's being adaptable and be able to correspond to the expectations. It's a very good quality of very good QA engineer. And as I promised you, excuse me, switching the slide, yeah. I will not speak about me. Anyway, you know, each slide of the presentation will contain 2 icons. This is the first type of icons, which will demonstrate how often I did a particular activity during my professional career. You know, it's already 15 years. Yeah, and the second type of icons, this one, will demonstrate my attitude to each activity, how much I like or dislike it. Anyway, we all are different. So this is my personal attitude to it. And it doesn't match with other QA engineers. So it would be very interesting if you will ask your colleague, what would you prefer to do? What is your favorite activities? And which one you prefer to avoid? And now, let's start. Yes, and if you come to a developer or a project manager and ask them, please tell me, what does a QA engineer do? They probably answered you, they report bugs. Yes, this is our famous activity. Bug, it's our slang word, and we use it to say that a current program behavior is incorrect. There is a problem in the program. There is an error, and we report it. We use the phrase bug report. And yes, it's not only famous, but also it's very important activity of QA, right? You know, nowadays, most of us working remotely, and a team may never see each other. So the single artifact that developers and project managers may see as your outcome is a bug report. So I would say that a bug, it's a face of QA engineer. And let me share with you a secret. You know, one bug is more likely to be fixed by developer team than others. It's a fact, yes. How do you think why? Yeah, because there are rules, techniques, criteria, how to report bugs professionally. Bad bug reporting not only demotivate developers, but also significantly increase time and cost of development. So it's a very important skill. And unfortunately, I cannot cover it in 30 minutes. But I very like the topic and I always improve the skill, reviewing best practice, even now being a senior QA engineers. And what I would like to tell you is that it's a very good idea to review the best practices from the perspective of senior and do it as amazing, as much as possible, wonderfully. So this is our phrase and very famous activity. And to report a bug correctly, always there are a section expected behavior. And often developers ask us, how do you know how it should be? And we said, yes, this is according to our requirements. Yes, QA engineers read a lot and very attentively requirements. I would say more attentively than even business analysts write it. Yeah. By the way, do you like to read? Because choosing the profession, you should be ready to read requirements. And sometimes they can be very long, very detailed description. This is a formal way of presenting requirements. But also in some project, you may see another type of requirements in informal way. It can be short list, or it can be presented like a mind map, scheme, or even just a picture. Yes, it can be. It's defined by the project needs. It should be suitable and correspond to the project. So we should be ready for anything because we are quality assurance engineers, and we may recommend which format of requirements is better for the particular project, for the particular client to get high quality. And yes, there is a specializations, business analysts. Business analysts, exactly, they developed and write requirements. But sometimes this responsibility can be executed by QA engineers. More often, it's in the context of short project like mobile development. So it happens, and I would say it's more about exceptions, but it happened in my life, and pretty often I took the responsibility of writing the requirements. And it's good to have an additional skill of business analyst, being a QA engineer. Anyway, it's very good also for review requirements. Exactly on this level, we can detect our first bugs, our first problems, report them. So this is one of the requirements. And yes, you see, we still speak about documentation, reporting, and we do not speak about testing. Usually, you may see that quality assurance may be used as synonym of testing, or first association can be exactly executing testing. But we are not, we do not speak about it yet. Why? Because before do tests, we do a lot of work. We do a lot of activities. Oh, sorry. Yeah, and one of them is writing test documentation. Yes, we write a lot. We write test cases, which we will use to execute test cases. We do analysis, and we may provide our analysis for review to our client, to our colleagues, to be sure that we do the best way the analysis. We write test strategy, test plan, and test reports. I will speak about test reports separately a bit later. But now let's speak about test cases and testing. Before do it, we execute test analysis. Yeah, you know, in big companies, there are a separate specialization, and to define what should be tested, can it be tested or not, can we guarantee a required quality, how to define what is a quality for the particular project. We use analysis. And maybe you will be, joined a team only of test analysts. Yes, it's possible. But usually, most common practice that the practice is executed by quality assurance engineers or manual QA. Yes, this is one of our basic skill. And how to do it? Yes, there are different techniques, tools, which you will learn during any training program or courses of QA engineer. It's very interesting and I really love it. But there is one thing which I love more than test analysis is test design. When you define what should be tested, it's a time of test design. Test design tells us how to test it or how to execute all checks in minimum steps to save time for the project, how to cover everything. Yeah, this is some sort of a mathematical task, and I love it a lot. And yes, there is a separate specialization, test designer, but it can be executed QA engineers or manual QA. Also, if in your project there is automatization of test cases, it can be done by a developer of automated tests. So how to do it? To do it, there are a lot of tools and approaches which are widely used. And most of these tools are based on mathematics. For example, a theory of graphs. Yes, this is all about mathematics. And if you have a strong mathematical skills, this profession is for you. We need a strong analytic skills. And only now, after defining what should be tested, how to do it exactly, writing test cases, only after that, key engineers do the test. Yes, we test the final product. And yeah, we can click buttons a lot. Sometimes we are testing, for example, VR glasses or playing games. Yes, this is our responsibility. Or even we are paying by true credit cards using true terminal like insurance as part of tests. Yes, this is our responsibility, and I think this is one of a passion for most of us. But let me be honest with you, not all can be tested from the user interface. So, excuse me, I'm switching the slide, yep. Because we need to test everything, simulate different situations, it's very difficult. That's why sometimes we use additional tools, utilities, and the tools interface is not so captivating, but it provides more trust in test coloring. So this is one of our responsibility as well. And sometimes our job may have a boring appearance, something like this screenshot. But let's go to the next activity. There is a well-known specialization, very popular and high demand. It's developer of test automatization, a person who writes code that executes tests the test designer created. So automatization allows us to save time. It's a quicker executing tests comparing with manual checks. So it's very good, but it's not so easy, and sometimes it would be better to execute tests manually. And yes, very popular question and dilemma. Do we still need a manual case engineers? Automatization will totally replace it. No, automatization can't replace the manual tests. It's another type of activities which supply one of the methods of providing quality assurance. But manual QA engineer, it's a big list of responsibility. It's more about analysis. So we do not have conflict. We support each other and help each other to achieve the common goal, high quality of product, and to see happy users. Okay, now you know the answer on the main question. And let's speak about writing test report. As we executed all tests which we have planned, and we are ready to release our product to our users, before that, QA engineer writes test reports. They can be different. First of all, let's speak about levels of test reports. Feature level. For example, I'm a QA engineer and I tested a new feature. So I can provide a list of checks which I executed. And that list can be reviewed by my colleagues, another QA engineer, or by business analysts to be sure that all required checks has been done. Yeah, this is a type of a report. Another type of report is a big report which is written by a QA lead, usually, or QA manager, at the end of iteration or at the end of product development, final release of the product to the users. We provide a detailed information to our managers to make decision about the future product development. Can we release the product to production to our users, or we have to change something? Yes, it's sometimes it's boring. It's required high skills, and one of the skills it's required to provide a high quality of test reports, it's gathering of metrics. And of course, before gathering metrics, before gathering information, we have to implement our metrics in our project. This skill is highly appreciated by managers. It can be done as QA manager or project manager. Anyway, QA engineers provide their view, what will be useful for us, what will help us. It can be metrics about a product. How many bugs has been reported recently? How many bugs was fixed? It can be about deadlines. Have we met the deadlines of developing the sprint or not? And all of these facts are very important in context of quality assurance. This is a big topic and I love it, and it's very useful. But to do it professionally, yes, sometimes it requires significant efforts to embody the metrics in the project. But anyway, we do it. And after that, seeing a metrics, reviewing them, as key engineer who is responsible for the quality of the product, I may say, you know, I think it would be better to change the process. And I can introduce an idea how to improve overall process of development. For example, how to improve communication of the team. Or I can suggest how to change type of requirements, how to change the way of bug reporting, when and how we should test new features. Should we do separately from other set of new features, or just we should wait till all features will be developed and at the end execute the testing? So this is our responsibility as well, and I love it. And you know, there is a separate specialization, okay, auditor. Yeah, this specialization close to manager, process auditor, and I enjoy it. Next slide. Don't be afraid. Don't read the information. I just would like to demonstrate you that to improve a process of development, there is a particular management approaches, how to do it professionally, how to get the different metrics, how to develop them, how to set up goals correctly to make them achievement. Because you said, you know, I want to do something better and nothing changed. But how to change it exactly? This is as art of QA auditor or manager. And yeah, there are different tools as well. It's a big topic, which I'm still continue to learn and studying as well. And you know, at the beginning, maybe you have noticed one of the book, firstly, Break the Rules. This is a very good book for managers. Yes, it would be good to read it anyway, in spite of the fact, are you manager or you're a key engineer? Because time to time, all of us are managers in some context, maybe in context of our life, planning for weekend. Yeah, so developing a manager skills, soft skills is very important. So one of our key responsibilities, and I think any engineer, it's learning. We always are studying for something new. And I hope you are still with me, and we achieved our last activities, which I prepared for you today. It's team development. Yes, if you are key lead of key team or key manager, one of your responsibility is team development. How to motivate people, how to assist them for professional development. And even being a junior key or senior key, we always improve our skills. Why? Because life is changing always. Technologies are improved. So it's impossible to acquire some sort of skills, some knowledge, and do nothing. And at the same time, to keep a position of high demand QA or expert, you always have to learn. And QA manager will help you, inspire you, motivate you. Also, this responsibility may be executed by project manager, by your team lead. It depends on the project which you are working on. I love it. And it's not just a words. Sometimes it's a bit boring as well. We use a lot of instruments to do it professionally. Not just saying, I think that. No. It's very interesting topic. There are a lot of management tools, instruments, how to do it, guarantee, how to be sure that your team is the best, that your team is happy. So, of course, it's very difficult to start from these activities. I think I started practice the responsibility of team development and motivation only after 5 years of my experience in IT. And nowadays I continue to do it and in both positions, being a mentor and mentee as well. So this is a list of activities which I met during my career, during my 15 years in IT. And now it's time to speak about me. Yes, I gathered all this information in the summary table, you see. What I like, what dislike, what I do more often, and which activities I try to avoid. So, how do you think? What interesting and useful information may be extracted for you from the table? What would you say? While you are typing in the chat, let me review our translation. Give me a second. Yeah. I see questions in our chat. Thank you. Yes, we will answer them soon. But let me suggest to you my answer, which useful information you can extract from the table. This is a wide variety of activities. That means that you can find a specialization that is better for you and where you can embody your talents in the best way. So, what I would like to tell you, welcome to the wonderful world of quality assurance. Yeah. that's it from the presentation. Thank you for being with us. And now it's time for your questions. Olga, could you assist me reading the questions? Maybe I have skipped something because it's not convenient for me to read it.
Yeah, sure. We have some comments in the chat. One question, how to handle the lack of documentation in company or not updated? Does this require more PM activity to fix this?
Lack of the documentation. First of all, we should be sure that there is a lack of the documentation. Maybe it's enough. Do you remember that I told you that there are two types of documentation? It can be formal, informal. Yeah, but maybe yes, there is a lack of the documentation. As key, you should. It's your first responsibility to highlight the problem, but not only problem, but also you should highlight upsides. What we will achieve improving the situation with documentation, how it will help us. IT, it's a business. Any programs is a business. They should help people and should be useful. So, speaking about documentation, be sure that you need it, how it will help. If I will spend 3 hours of writing some documentation, will it help to the team to do something better? Yeah, and please comment to your project manager or the person who is responsible for that. Demonstrate not only downsides of the situation and problems, but also decision, how it can be solved optimally, reasonably, and which achievements it will provide to you. Yeah, I hope I have answered the question.
Yeah, thank you. And we have a few more. Do you believe in full stack QA engineering?
No, amazing question. I really like it. Yeah, and I would say no. Why? Do you remember the first picture? This is all about QA engineering, all of them. Data key, automatization, working with team, with motivation. It's more about psychology, yeah, you see. So it's impossible to do everything in the high quality because frameworks are developed super quickly. Managed approach are developed super quickly. And you need time to acquire the skills, the knowledge. And the technologies changed quicker than you can study them. Moreover, as I told you, we all are different. So personally, for me, for example, I'm not bad in communication with team. I feel other people, I can motivate them, and I do it good. But there are activities, for example, writing reports, writing documentation, it can be boring for me. And there are people who really likes to create graphics, who really likes to write the report. Of course, they will do it better than I do. Yes, I can be full stack engineer, but will I a good full stack engineer? I don't believe in it. And I prefer to delegate some activities in my team, and it's very good that we can combine QA team or even just team by different people. And this is one of the responsibilities of QA leader to choose a suitable QA engineer who corresponds to the particular activities it needs. For example, if I'm working in a team and I can create a test plan very well, I need another person who like to create test reports, for example, or who likes to develop test cases, or another one who likes to click the buttons to report bugs. So this is responsibility of QA manager, QA leader, or project manager. So I do not believe in high quality full stack QA engineer. Olga?
Yeah, thank you. And we have one more. Hello, Miss Irina. Want to know about language of programming or tools most useful to you?
A language of programming. Speaking about me, I started my career as Java developer, to be honest. Yeah. It's a good quality to be able to write code, to understand how it works, to understand how the architecture works, because I can eliminate some problems in development process, how to branch code. I don't want to use professional terms. Let me rephrase. How to better organize development process. Exactly using my knowledge about about coding, how to do it. So, and it's a good analytic skill as well. You always improve your analytic skill writing a code. So I definitely recommend to learn any language, programming language, try it to yourself, at least to be sure that you can write a small program to better understand your team, your beloved developers. It improves your communication. So in this context, it's not important which programming language is better to use. They all are useful. But in context, what are the modern tools for automatization, for example, for creating automated tests? I'm not the reliable person to answer the questions. I usually delegate the responsibility to architecture of QA automatization, and they provide me information what are the modern tools, what upsides and downsides the particular language can suggest us. So that's it, Olga.
Yeah, we have a few more. I'm not sure how to read it, but it will be direct speech. Hello, Miss Irina. Please, is someone with a science background work as QA? Also, could someone in Italy participate in the internship program?
This is a question. Let me think first on the first part of the question. Someone with a science background. Let me start from me. I don't know, can we say that it's science background? Yes, but I do. I'm master degree of applicable mathematics. Yeah, and also, you know, key engineers, particularly in context of the country Italy, which is mentioned here. Key engineer can be involved not only in IT project. In IT, sorry, in Italy, you may see a long list of vacancies of quality assurance engineers for pharmacy, for example. Or, you know, there is a quality assurance engineers who works on colliders, Android colliders as well. So it's very wild. And maybe it would be good to find a job there. And this is one part of the answer, one idea. Another idea that science background, it's very useful. It's very good and supportive to you to start your career in IT. because you have the context and IT widely spread. And I don't know, the science which avoid nowadays IT industry, speaking about biology, mathematics. Speaking about mathematics, it's concurrency calculations on super machines. Physics use IT as well to calculate, for example, some physical process, speaking about metal characteristics, how to predict it. So it's very interesting, and you can start IT with science background, and it will be your how to say what will be distinct to you. It will be it will help you significantly. In Italy, I don't know, do we have currently international programs in Italy? But I saw international companies and probably they are interested in growing engineers. So just question looking for the specialization, joining some different committee, chats, professional meetings in Italy, and I wish you to find your job. Olga?
Thank you. We have very active audience today. It's great. So a few more questions. What are your thoughts about the future of QA with emergence and development of AI technology?
Yes, due to thank you. Thank you for question. Thank you, Olga, for assisting me. You know, due to the AI technology, first of all, I included a new specialization, data engineering, ML learning, and my last project, I was key engineer. I executed the role of editor, but the second my activities is testing of machine learning model. Yeah, it should be verified as well. So currently we have a new lists what should be tested, how to test it. We still, of course, we have a general list of analysis, how to do analysis, how to set up goals, how to measure it. Anyway, we need to develop it. It's not easy when you draw into a new sphere, but it's interesting. And moreover, AI technology may help us executing a routine. For example, you know, there are AI I'm not sure that it's AI technology, probably it was released before. For example, you do not need to write a code. You just can to click using your mouse as user the website which you are testing, and the program will create the code and write the test for you, and then will execute it automatically. So it will help you. So speaking about quality assurance, it's first of all about analysis. We always have to think, we always have to analyze to see advantages or limits of each technologies. And this is our primary responsibility, in which AI technology may help us, but we cannot trust them totally. It still need assistance, and they do errors. Have you ever seen a message, why do you provide me the incorrect information? Asking something AI, for example, the ChatGPT. He said, oh, sorry, I did it wrong. Yeah, so be careful and be on yourself. Olga, please help me.
A few more. What kind of person can't be a great QA engineer? And second question, what soft skills are you looking for and expect from the candidates?
Mhm. So I really love questions today. I think gathering the questions, we can create another more interesting presentation that I did. So thank you for question. What kind of person can be a great key? Do you remember the pretty long list of activities? So I think you can find yourself, you can find a proper activity for everyone. So I think that there is no bad person for any engineer, for key engineering. I think maybe the particular responsibility in the project for the particular key engineer doesn't correspond to his strengths. Because we all have weaknesses, strengths, so we just have to find our strengths and make accent on them. Because, for example, even just considering all my experience, even you are weak in analytics skills. Sometimes it happens because a lot of people started career in IT exactly from the position key, and sometimes we do not have mathematical background. Anyway, the people usually who has a weak skill, analytic skills, they are very good captain, some UI issues, or how to communicate with other people, how to better understand them. So I think it's question of manageable and question of which needs currently presented in the market, in the particular company, in the particular team. So only about it. But all persons can be great key. We just need to find corresponding activities. And the second question was about soft skills. Are you looking for? Let me ask the author to clarify the second question. Are you speaking about DataArt company? Am I correct? From the candidates? Yep, I think so. And while I'm waiting for the clarification of the questions, let me say that I would like to say that currently I see the answer, thank you. Now I'm looking for my strength sides and my weaknesses to make accent and emphasizing exactly on my strengths. And speaking about DataArt, yes, DataArt, it's a very big company. Yeah, it's great. It's always advantages and limits when you have to manage by thousands people. It's not easy. And for example, communications, it's very difficult to share your ideas for world company, speaking about the culture. So if we speak about big corporations, the one of the main skills is crucially important for us. It's exactly soft skills to be able to listen each other, to communicate with different types of people. And yes, we are international company having offices and colleagues from not all, but I don't know, Indian continents, Europe, South of America, in Canada as well. So you see, we all embodies different cultures, and it's very important to be able to find a way to communicate with each other, to have the open mind, to understand that, okay, this is my values from my culture, and this is my way to communicate with people. But maybe my colleague, he's a bit another. and he has another needs, another values are important for them. So I should be able to find the way to communicate with him. You know, I'm in DataArt a lot of years, and for me, it's normal. I was growing in the culture, but for some people, it may be unusual and need sometimes um, to apply this politics. And yes, for DataArt, the people first. It's very important to be gentle, to be polite. And of course, high professional, yes, to make our clients to be happy. So, Olga, do you have more questions?
Yeah, I guess we have a few more. Can you share any success stories or achievements of the QA team that you're particularly proud of?
Inspiring question. Uh, so let me review. You know, all projects are captivating, and each release, each sprint, it's a small challenge when you try to do your job excellent. And I mean, not yeah, speaking about soft skills, it's not exactly about your job, your responsibility, but when you feel the team like one person and you all are concentrated on the same goal and you are looking forward for the release and looking forward for the clients' feedbacks, their happiness, how it's amazing, how it helps them. And particular story. Maybe the last one when I told you that was developed a model who helped based on AI, and the model resolved a very difficult analytic tasks in the pharmacy industry. That's all what I can tell you about the project. And yes, it was challengeable. But the engineers did it, and I was a part of the team, and I'm really proud of it. But I'm looking forward for the new projects, and I'm going to be proud of it as well. So that's it for the question, Olga.
Yes, so I think we don't have any question for now, but we have one more comment. Thank you for your answer. I also see AI as a helping hand and use it to brainstorm some ideas, rewrite my reports. And I've seen some great AI tools that could help with QA automation.
Could you share in the comments your favorite AI tools? Let me ask our listener to share his experience as well. Yeah, it would be very interesting and useful for me. So you see, yes, we all are engineers, we're always developing. Even on this presentation, I catch new information from you. Thank you very much. So, Olga?
Yeah, let's wait to a new comment about AI tools. And I also wanted to thank everyone who joined us today. We hope the information was useful for you, and see you at our other events.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, all of you. Good luck.